Hello, it's Tina Stitches. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a week since my last video, but I have the house mostly to myself today for the next hour maybe. So I thought, well, good time to shoot a quick video. Today is February 13th, almost Valentine's Day. I don't have any Valentine's Day decorations. I don't have children or anything either that would be bugging me about that, so yeah, I might I have something on the way from Kim at Stitch and Stuff that I think would be Valentine's Day appropriate, so maybe next year there'll be something stitched up behind me for Valentine's Day. Yeah, aside from that, not a whole lot going on. Last week was kind of crazy because I work in a retail pharmacy, and 3 of my co-workers were COVID positive, so that meant they couldn't come in, and 2 of those co-workers are on my team of about 3, so I had to do most of their work as well. I had to do all of the work for one person and some of the work for another person, so yeah, busy. Luckily it wasn't a really crazy week health-wise for the rest of the town. Anyways, what else? I don't have any finishes. I have something that I'm going to be changing up. I have some haul and only 3 whips. Works in progress. I want to say thank you to everybody who comes by every week or every time I post a video. I don't post weekly. That's crazy. I don't have that kind of time. It was just fortunate this week. I want to say welcome to any of the new people who have stopped by and said, I want to subscribe, and I want to say thank you because I am over 1,000. I have been since about a month ago, and I've been meaning to do a giveaway, and I have something here to give away. It is a Pass the Stash. If you've watched my last couple videos, you probably know what it's going to be. But I'm going to save that till the end. You can suffer through all of my chit-chat until then. So, I have 4 projects that I've worked on this week. One of them is I stitch on it every day. Every morning. I try to get 1,400 stitches a week. I've only reached like 1,250 or something like that this week. So I'm a little bit short on that, and I'm going to talk about that later because I think I am going to change up my strategy a little bit. And when you see, when I bring it up, you'll see what I'm talking about and why it might be better to do that. And that would be Beloved, of course, by Adele Sessler. Let's just talk about the first project here. This is a project that I did finish, and I thought I would have it fully finished, but something about it was just like, it's just not quite right. It's not quite me. And I don't like to think of myself as a perfectionist, but the beads in this kit are, I'm not going to test it with an iron, but I think they're plastic, and I'm not crazy about them. They kind of remind me of pack that you would get for a children's bracelet set or something like that, like a beginner's of a child's craft pack. So I'm going to undo what I've done and replace these beads. So the project that I'm talking about is the Riolis Dawn Biscornu. It's a great kit otherwise. The fabric, it's generous size fabric. The floss was mostly generous. There's lots of cotton floss left, but I did run out of the metallic. And so I had to substitute for that. And so it's finished. It's ready to be assembled. I even did the beads. But I am going to take those beads off. I went through my stash. I have a decent collection of purple beads. I don't know if you can see them all. Like these are Delicas and Mill Hill. Here's some more. Let's see. There's some more Mill Hills. So, these are not required for any other projects. They're sitting in my stash. The Delicas I had bought because of a sampler I was making my sister. That sampler is done. So my decision was to be witch purple, and I think this is the one that I'm going to go with. And I swear, there's got to be more of these left. I must have left them on a bead mat somewhere. So I like the Mill Hills much better. They're a little more sparkly. So that's the purple that I'm going to use. I have not picked out the gold yet. I might even leave those gold. There's only 4 beads. But I might switch them out. So that's going to be in the future soon. I had it by my chair today to do. So put the beads with that, rest of these back in the stash. So that's something that I really should have shared that with plans, but it was at the top of the pile. We're just going from the pile down. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is in my Black Needle Society project bag. This I am stitching because it is the Garon Toten bag and 614 Stitcher and Carolyn Zook Sunshine Stitchers have all collaborated to make a monthly challenge, and this month's focus, it's a focus on a designer challenge, and this month's focus is hands-on design, and I only have one hands-on design that I know of, and it's the one I just got from my husband, Sunshine on a Stem. I also got a piece of fabric from my husband. It was the perfect color. I don't know what the color is. It's probably a Picture This Plus. It's 14 count Aida. And here's my progress. I stitched on this during the Zoom call that Sarah from Stitch and Stuff hosted yesterday. And earlier this week I was watching Candy from the 614 Stitcher, and she is also stitching on this. So here's where I am, and I did not realize that there was another color required for the lettering. It's just another shade of gold brown, so I will have to find that. But I messed up over here somewhere, so I'm faking it or fudging it for the last petal, and then it's the lettering, and then it's finished. I work on this on my lunch hour. I make myself sit down and stitch, which yeah, that works out. This is a really good pattern for that. That Biscornu used to be my focus at lunch, but that took a long time. Before that, it was Owl Forest, which I'm still not done. So, the next project that I have to show is my focus piece for my magazine monthly challenge group. I am finished what I expected to get done. I worked on it almost every day for the week, and I'm happy with where I am. Sorry for the noise. I am using the original, the other mic again, because, well, Gidget's not here. She's with her daddy next door. So, the other mic, I didn't like the sound quality when I played it back. So, anyways, this is in my Bags Plus bag, which I have not used for a long time. This project is from the May-June 2011 issue of Just Cross Stitch. That's the magazine. And I am stitching Strawberry Stitches by Jeanette Douglas. This is stitched with silks, and there are lots of specialty stitches. The strawberries all around the border, except for the bottom row. The bottom row is cross stitches. The rest of the strawberries are specialty stitches of some kind. There are blossoms in here that are satin stitches. There's mosaic stitches here. There's satin stitches. Full of specialty stitches, and you know I love a good specialty stitch. So I left it on the Q-snap because the Q-snap fits in the bag, so unless I need it for something else. Here is where I'm at. Now I did do a color conversion. I'm using my own threads from Stash, except that I realized that I did need to order some, so yeah. I may have shown this last week. This part is new. This is all new, and this basket weave border and backstitch border are all new. As you can see, I did attempt to do some of the blossom. I'm stitching it in Marlet Anchor Rayon White, which is difficult to work with. And at first I used 2 strands and it was really chunky. The rayon thread is more like a thread, like 1.5. It's thick. But I didn't think it was going to be that much thicker, so I thought doubling it up for the satin stitch. But it was really puffy, so I undid that and went back to 1 strand, and it looks beautiful. But counting it was just being a PIA, so I had to move on to another area. So that's strawberry stitches. And I miscounted somewhere. That is not the called for thread. That is something that I am using as a substitute because I did not order the call for thread. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't see it on the list, basically. I goofed up. Don't really want to put things on the floor when they're not in their bag. So, and I don't have a basket here. Sure will do. So next, this one I really enjoyed working on. I can't remember if I showed it in my last video. Sorry for the zipper. This is Sexy Sampler. Sorry, I call it Sexy Sampler. It's Les Belles Lettres de Gigi T. And you can just barely make it out because their model is stitched tone on tone. Beautiful. If you look this up online, all you see are little swirls because it cannot focus on this design. I hope you didn't screen grab that pattern. Not that there was much there. So not much to share with this project bag. I made it myself. I'm going to take it out of the Q-snap because I moved the area. I was done with that area, moved on to the next area, and there's not much to show in the area the Q-snap's currently at, so take it all off. Take it off. Okay, where is that? Here's where it's at. Yeah, actually, I can leave the bottom one on. We'll just go like this. So this part was already stitched, except for the sheep were not finished because they were on the next page. This is new. The rabbit is new. I might have showed this last video and you couldn't see the rabbit, but there's the rabbit. And there is the rooster, or what I now realize is probably a peacock. And B-scap, and all of this scroll work is new. When I picked it up this month, because this is part of my Whip Go challenge 22 and 22, I have done at least 24 hours on this, and it basically was just part of this border up to this side was done. So all of this is new. This is new. The bunny, the sheep, and that T is all new. And here's where it's at. And it's kind of showing the pink. It's kind of close to what it actually is, what you're seeing. It's Pepto pink. And there it is. And today I noticed that Gail from Gail's Golden Needle, I will link her below. I'll link Candy and Sarah and Kim, all of them below as well. She started her version of a sexy sampler. And yeah, go check her out. You won't see it in this video, but it's on Instagram. So there's those. Now this next project is a big project, so I'm gonna make some room, and I will pull up what it's supposed to look like so you know from what you're seeing what you should. This is Beloved by Adele Sessler. I have been working on this for forever. This is my oldest whip. I still work on it almost every day. It has not been taken out of rotation, let's say. Yeah. The reason why it's worked on every day is because it's not one that I work on in the evenings, so it doesn't get a lot of time. I do work on it on the weekends. That's where the majority of the stitching gets done, but every morning I try to get 22 minutes a day on Beloved. My goal is to have it done by the end of next summer / end of September, or the end of the year. This September. Wow. Ooh, I better get to work. Okay. Here's where we're at. So I have been working over here, bringing down to, I'm trying to fill in up to like line 530. So if it's above that, I'm bringing it down, working it across, filling in as much as I can. And over here, I'm doing the same thing, but I've only been working on this part of it on the weekends because of lighting. Blacks are easy enough to do during the week when I only have a few minutes. And here's where it's at. Now, this is the one that I'm contemplating changing my strategy. So I am working on it. Let me just raise it up a little bit here. So like I said, I am working, trying to get the lines, the sections filled in going across. It's what I call the typewriter method. So in most cases, I would work from the left, the topmost stitch, and work it in as far as I can. And just keep working it over until we get to the end over here. But because of what I'm doing now, with this being all 90% of it's black right now, I've been just doing a dark color as much as I can over here in the mornings, and then coming over here and doing the light colors on the weekends. So now, this morning, I'm at the point where I can roll it up. And I thought, how much farther is it to the bottom of the page? And I do have my Heaven and Earths. I grid out on the fabric my top page, top of the pattern, middle of the pattern, and bottom, if I don't have the pages themselves marked out. So I scrolled it up, which I'm going to do now. And that's it, right there. That's all that's left to do. So there is my thread indicating the bottom of the page. That's my center line. And there's the edge over there. When I looked at the pattern itself, from this point down, 900 stitches. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is a comfortable setup, I am going to lower it a little bit, like roll the fabric down a little bit, but this is a comfortable reaching area for me to do from here to the bottom. So what I think I'm going to do, stay tuned and see if I do, is I'm going to, on the weekends, I'm going to try to get a column done in this lighter area, and during the day, during the work week mornings, I'm going to work the blacks across like I have been, because when you look at the picture, most of these colors go in a downward fashion anyways, because it's her hair. I don't like working in columns in general because of the line marks, so it will be feathering. It'll be what I do, but in a downward fashion, and see if that helps me reach my goal faster. So you'll see this will be coming down, and this will be coming down and across. There's an area over here. Pull up the pattern again. Sorry for taking so long. Okay. So there's this area over here where I might be doing down in columns. I'm getting close to that area, so we'll see. So right now I'm at that spot right there. We're just touching the lightest area there. And her braid, we're starting to come across here. So that's my revised plan for Beloved. Of course, now that it's the end of the weekend, I won't be doing that method till next weekend. So we'll see if during the week I change my mind. A lot of the threads that you see dangling there are waist knots that I just need to cut off. The longer ones are parks. So that was it for whips. And now haul. I got three I got two pieces of fabric, both from Extra Designs, and she threw in a bonus piece, which is cute. So I'm thinking a small bee pattern, maybe, or a sunflower. You know, if I had gotten this earlier. It's all 32. Oh no, this one is 28 count. 28 count daffodil. So just a cute little scrappy piece that I can do anything on. This next one is My Little Dove, 32 count Belfast. It's a little darker than what you see. And I had bought this with Christmas in London in mind. By Mirabilia. It might be too dark, but I will pull out the pattern and have a look. This is interesting. I'm not sure how I can incorporate that, but that streak across there, that's not a shadow, that's the actual dye. It's not a crease in the fabric. That's a dye line. So that's cool. And this is the real reason why I placed an order with her. This couldn't travel alone. That's why I got Little Dove. Look at this. Fantastic piece of bright red. And I don't even have plans for it yet. This is one of those pieces of fabric that something special needs to go on this. And it's very hard to find something suitable for red and black. I think I have something in mind. I had shown it yesterday in the Zoom meetup, and we were throwing ideas around. A Mirabilia would be, like a fancy lady, would be this fabric is deserving of a fancy lady, except that a fancy lady would get, this would steal the show. So I don't see a fancy lady going on this. I had thought about like Bella Filipina's the spell one, the one where she's casting a spell. I had thought about that, but still. So then I'm looking at monochromatics, and Alessandra Adelaide has some hearts that are white on red, and they are gorgeous, but this is a little too dark. Like this, not dark as in the color, this is too gothic for a lacy heart. Maybe if I stitched it in black on this, a black lacy heart. There's an idea. So I am looking for ideas for this fabric. This one is called Deep Red by Xjude Designs. Maybe it's not Xjude Designs, it's just Jude Designs. And the last bit of haul that I have is I got my order from Garon Toten Bag. I have the Save the Bees pattern. This is bigger. It's bigger than I expected, but the piece of fabric that I had bought and put aside for it is the right size. I did all my math. This is 262 wide by 190 high. On 16 count, that would make it 16 3/8 by 11 7/8. Add 3 inches to each side for framing, and it's 23 by 18 roughly. 26 by 17 is the piece of fabric that I have, so I lose a ½ inch on the top and bottom. Is it? Yeah, top and bottom. So this is Honeysuckle by Picture This, no, Weeks Dye Works. And I had bought it on a whim, and when I got it, I knew this is the fabric, this is the pattern I want to put on this fabric. And once again, black stitching. This is DMC. I'm going to do a test stitch because I'm using Anchor black on the Sexy Sampler, and I do like the way it's stitching up, so I'll do a test stitch with the DMC and we'll see. And this does have specialty stitches. It's all cross stitch except for the bands in the B. And I mean, these are back stitch, so this is the DMC color it calls for, which I think it'll stand out. Yep. So I'm going to put that in my B bag. It's a B project bag, which hasn't had a project in it for a while. So that's plans. That I'm not starting that anytime soon. I'm just collecting stuff for it. And we'll see. It'll be ready to go. Now, time for a giveaway. I have a pattern that's out of print, and I don't know if it's relatively hard to find, but I'm done stitching Crystal Christmas. I'm going to be giving away this pattern as well as the unused cards of Whisper and Arctic Rays. Oh, sorry. There is a used card in there. Let me. I might send you this part card because I don't know if I would use it again anywhere. So I have 3 cards of Whisper 88, W88, and 2 cards of AR5. It calls for 5 cards of white and 3 cards of wispy fringe. Okay, so yeah, Crystal Christmas. It called for 5 cards of the white Whisper and 3 cards of the wispy fringe. As you can see, that's what I bought, and I only used a part card and 1 and a bit of the Whisper. So I will be throwing the rest of these into the giveaway. The rest of it you'll have to source out yourself, but Mill Hill beads are readily available. Krynic, I'm going to suggest don't go with the number 8. Go with a smaller size. I can't remember if that's 4 or 16, but I can't remember if the Rainbow Gallery is by gauge or by whatever. So go with the finer braid because number 8 was a big pain in the butt to work with. Squeaky, come here. Come here. That's a good girl. So, if you want to win Crystal Christmas, do not say the word giveaway or win or prize or any of those words. I will have to delete your comment. But please use the code word Crystal, Crystal. Khaleesi is in the house. She is not doing so great. She's walking right now, but most of the day she doesn't walk because her legs are very, very arthritic and painful. Here is Khaleesi. She is a little sweetie. We usually call her Squeaky. She responds to both. They're phonetically similar, so like I was saying, she's in a lot of pain most of the time. Right now you can probably hear her stomach. She hasn't eaten very much today. I'm going to take her into the kitchen and see if she'll eat some. Yeah. If we put her on the chair, she won't jump down from the chair. She wants to be on the chair. We want her to walk around more, because if she's walking, the more movement she gets in there, the less swollen and painful they'll be, basically. And it's winter, so there's 3 feet of snow outside. So she's not getting much exercise that way. So try to get her to walk as much as possible. So yeah, I think she just wants down right now, don't you? Okay, I'll put you down, but you gotta use your feet. There's a 99% chance she's gonna walk over to the chair. Okay, in case I didn't say it, Gidget is home as well. They came back. I didn't get finished in time, but whatever. I hope she doesn't bark. So let's just get this over with. Keyword Crystal, and I'm going to draw at the end of the month. Let me check my calendar. Oh, and by the way, Leah, that sticker fit perfectly right there. I love this so much better now. So February 27th is probably when I'm going to film next. So I'm going to draw on the 26th. That's 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. And 26th, the drawing ends, and you could win yourself a copy of Crystal Christmas. So, I think I've said all there is to say. And yeah, plans. I've finished my whip go for the month, so I can basically do whatever I want. I finished my monthly magazine challenge. Working more on Beloved, of course, and okay, battery died, so I guess I better make this quick. I should work on Owl Forest, Alice in Wonderland Sal. I basically haven't touched that for a couple months. And I really should work on the Christmas Eve couriers, but I need to switch out the reindeer. I need to not work on that one for now, because the beads are really tight on it, so it's frustrating. And yeah, so we'll see what I come up with for my next update. But until then, happy stitching. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, be kind to each other. Yeah. Happy stitching. Bye.